Hey,
Hey. Look who we've got here.
good afternoon.
Look who crept in.
Let's see. Can I? Yeah, we got voice
Other way.
back.
The other way, Kelly.
Other way. Other brain
It's like,
just confused.
It takes some getting used to, for sure. You're not mirrored.
sure does.
I know.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, everyone. So we brought Didi up because I'm like, Didi's always doing exciting things in the fin den. She's
hmm
always setting up new tanks. She's putting on RO water systems. She's putting CO2 on new tanks. I mean, you can hardly keep up with the excitement. So I
Eric.
I know.
we
I
would
can't
Thanks,
quit
Eric.
watching some of these streams. It's costing me a fortune.
I always make Steven spend money.
Yeah.
But
Makes
you
me
had me
spend
spend
money.
a few bucks too with these blue balls.
I
We're
know.
making everybody buy CO2 setups too.
That's right.
So I
Yeah.
want to say thanks, Eric, for the $20 super chat. Plants.
Eric. Thank you,
I
Eric.
want to say F you, Bex, for throwing cookies in the oven and bragging about having cookies.
Where's our cookies? We want cookies.
Uh
I
huh.
don't have any treats. I would like some treats. That would
Oh,
be
and
She's
Stephanie.
making one of my favorite cookies too. She's making snickerdoodles, and that's just
Oh.
evil. It's just straight
Yep.
evil.
I
I don't know
don't
that I've ever
really like.
had a
I'm
Snickers.
allergic to cinnamon these days, so I don't really eat snickerdoodles anymore. So, Bex, you can have all the cookies. I mean, I guess give Kyle at least one, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Maybe give him 0.
Maybe give him
Maybe he's
0.
not been nice. He gets sent to the closet a lot. So
No.
I know.
At least she's making these for Kyle,
I
for
know.
sure.
Oh, that's
He's
nice.
spoiled.
And then Kyle is not going to give me any of them. So you know what? Screw them both.
Screw them both.
And thank
Steven,
you,
before
Steph,
the
for the $2
Oh, yeah, you saw it.
after first for the plants.
Gotcha.
Yep. What were you saying, Didi?
No.
Sorry.
I was just saying it happened before the stream. But I didn't know
Yeah.
if you could still see it. Since you
Yeah, I
popped in.
scroll up.
So, before we start, so first of all, today we have Didi, very exciting. And we have a Wet Your Plants group project planned.
Yay!
Yep.
So, I am building terrariums for Christmas for my family. So, I have a bunch of terrariums built. And I've never built a terrarium before. But Wet Your Plants is not just about teaching about plants, it's also about learning about plants. So I want to use this stream to help learn how to do a terrarium. And then I got to talking about it. I'm like, well, Myrtle and I should build one together. And I thought, I want Steven to build one with me too. And I thought, I just want everybody to build a terrarium.
Everybody.
Yeah, everybody can do it. So let me show you. Ugh. This is the jar. You can buy these at Walmart. They're $2. They're an
they're
anchor
what?
packing jar.
They're $2.
Sorry, no, they're 2 gallons. They're 2 gallons, slightly more than $2, but not much more. They're under $14. So you can. I ordered these from Walmart, and they were delivered to my house the next day. Maybe Matt will even deliver it for you. I don't know.
And
Or
Jenna
you
went
can
to
just-
Walmart, and they had some in stock for us. So we got one for us and one for Brooklyn.
Right. You can also just go to Walmart, but it's less than $14. And I don't know, maybe they even have a coupon for them. Who knows? But pretty inexpensive. So you will need to acquire a jar, and we're gonna do a giveaway for a jar. You have to live in the United States. Sorry. Because, I don't know how to get you a jar outside of the United States. And
We'll ship it, but just for a way higher cost.
Mhm.
it's so expensive. I'd rather just give you $14. So it'll
Well,
just
what do you
be
do for
United
Chris
States.
Biggs? He can't get one. He just
So
said they
if
do not sell these in Canada at Walmart.
Yeah, if you can't get them, you can use any jar. Any jar will work with a lid. You can use an old jar that you have lying around, any glass jar. You can use any canister that you like. This is just one that is pretty cheap that I found. That's why I'm doing it, because I'm building a bunch of these. So if you're outside the United States, I'm sorry, you will have to come up with your own alternative. Like if you were in the US, this $14 jar. Oh, Michael's called them apothecary jars, and also
GI discount.
offers a GI discount.
Snooch, are you going to be playing along with us
I
with the
hope
jar?
so. I hope everyone does.
You going to moist your plants? I
Do
guess.
not wet your plants.
Moist.
Dampen. Spray your plants. Spray your plants. So,
Oh Lord, the magic word moist. Now we know Matt's going to be all excited.
Yep.
so yeah. The other thing is, so Matt Aquarius, do we have to tell our wives? I mean, before we dump her stuff out to take said jar, buy your own
Yeah.
damn jar for your canary.
Well, okay. What's in the jar though? What's in the wife jar? Is it important stuff?
It's important because it's her jar. I mean,
Yeah.
you want to stay married, right? I mean, just get another jar is what I would have to say. So you'll need to procure the jar, and then not next week, but the week after, we are going to have guest instructors on White Your Plants. We are going to have Foxy's Fishes, who is a secret terrarium expert.
I didn't even know.
I didn't know either. Yeah.
I didn't even know.
She keeps it a secret.
Hey, Foxy's a terrarium expert. Everybody who's here, 27 people.
Well, her new rack is made especially to hold her terrarium.
Her secret terrarium.
Well,
I know.
that's
And we're having Kenny of ABC Aquatics, who is a not so secret terrarium expert, also to help us learn what substrates to build, what plants to use, how to take care of our plants. From what I understand, we can use some of our aquarium plants in there. We can also use plants that we found outside. So this is an inexpensive project, and the substrate components, I think you can get all the stuff at a hardware store at like Lowe's or Home Depot. If you don't want to mix your own substrate, you can buy the substrates online too. So not too expensive of a project, fun for the holidays, fun for everyone, fun for the kids. So
It is cool.
build a terrarium.
That's
Can
what I
I
did, Chris.
send my wife to purchase that jar? Well, Stephen did.
It worked out well.
Yeah, so he had Jenna buy him a jar. So yeah, I ordered mine on Walmart though, and it came to me the next day. It wasn't even 24 hours. It was crazy.
Wow.
So I mean, you know, it's pretty useful. Beck said, "Did someone say holidays?" What holiday are we getting ready for? Elf Eric.
Where is the legal elf?
Yeah, so, and I'm going to give away a jar today. If you live in the United States, condition 1. Condition 2, you have to promise to build a terrarium. So if you just want a jar because you want a jar, don't enter unless you're playing for someone else. So, and I can only ship to the United States. Sorry, it's a $14 jar. I'm just not willing to pay $100 in shipping.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know when we'll do the giveaway, Stephen. I guess that's more your purview.
You just tell me when and how. Like, do you want to? The wheel might take a bit.
I don't want to take too much of Didi's time.
We could just do the StreamYard giveaway tool as well.
We could just do that because I don't want to take too much time away from Didi.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll do that in a bit. But
yeah,
I want to see what's going on in the fin den.
Woo! Yes. Tell us what you're excited about, Didi.
Well, how about we start with an unboxing?
Yeah.
I got a box today.
This is a lot of pressure. What if this stuff's all good?
And it is from none other than Kelly.
I hope it's not all dead.
Not too.
Myrtle refused to see the unboxing. He's like, screw this.
Myrtle's like, I am done.
There you go. It's like
I think
trying to
Myrtle
get the
pressed the
glitter
button.
off his pants. You know, the hooker was up on his lap.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get that
So I
tip.
experimented with not putting paper towels around them. I want to see if they came a little better. I mean, this time of year, temperatures are really moderate. So
It's a really good time for shipping here.
good time for shipping.
It's actually hotter in this fan than what it is outside.
Yeah, and I sent them Friday, so.
Oh, you got some good tape there, lady.
You got
I did
some kind of
really
challenge.
it thoroughly. So I recycled the box too. It's a Dan's fish box. I like to save my Dan's fish boxes. And,
I try to recycle fishes. I'm gonna
yeah, because
Mhm.
those boxes are nice. Try to recycle.
Oh, and look, all plants should come in pretty festive paper.
That's also recycled paper from some.
From last Christmas.
Probably.
Or Valentine's.
That's right. It was
Fish
from
Bam Christmas comes early.
That's right.
Debbie, right?
Yeah, that's for Debbie.
Got her little box
We got so
started.
that's a shirt from Ed, and that's gonna make its way to Debbie eventually.
I have some spiralis.
A lot of it.
Nice.
That'll get nice and tall for you, Didi.
And don't be alarmed if every crypt that she sends melts away. Mine are coming back.
It will happen. Yeah.
Well, I have learned that too. It's like just hang in there;
They
they'll
come
be back.
They come
Except
back.
for the little pink flamingos.
The spiralis isn't quite as melty as some other species, but they do come
Yeah,
back.
that one
So
was
that's a
definitely
crypt. I guess
the
it
hardiest.
is.
The rest of the crypts you sent Kelly, they lost every single leaf.
They do.
This is Crypt Latia, correct?
Yeah, that one is kind of a medium-sized crypt.
I'm trying to learn names this year too.
Yeah, it's a good goal. It's a good goal.
And a rare crypt from Gary Lane, whose
I
name
can't
I
remember.
forget.
I can't remember its name. I sent that one to Steven too. It's like, do you remember the name of that rare crypt, Steven?
I remember it was Rare Crypt and Good Luck, and I'm not sure if that one actually came back.
Oh no, I'll send you more later. That's a super slow grower.
I
But it
figured.
looks like Didi's looks good.
I believe, could this be the name? Because I think you sent me one before, but it didn't make it.
No, I did send you some Hunteroy though.
Okay.
And that's one of my favorite crypts. It's very purple.
So Myrtle said it's storming kind of bad where he is, and he's lost connection. He's going to give it a few minutes.
Stay safe, Myrtle. Yeah, that's the Hunteroy crypt. That one gets really nice and purple. I like it.
Is this the kind that Geek
Hunteroy.
Boy had?
I don't know. I don't think so. I sent some of that to Bex though. I think I've sent some of it to Steven. It's a nice crypt.
Geek Boy, what was the kind of crypt that I got from you?
That was Balancy. I thought it was Balancy. Which is also
and this is an Anubias Nana Petite.
Yeah.
And I got a bag of Bulbitis. And I
got
also got a weed.
Just a random leaf.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like,
and the bulbous is not the little kind; it's the big kind. Put it in your big tank.
Now, that needs to be sort of in the darker section. Am I correct?
It doesn't matter. It's pretty heavy, but it needs to be in the back because it gets really, really big, and you have to anchor it like a Java fern.
Gotcha.
But it just gets. It's not a super fast grower, but I mean, it gets quite big. So I do like it though. I think it's nice. It's a nice plant.
I am becoming a lover of crypts. Also.
Oh, I'm glad. I love crypts too.
I did not realize there were so many of them because I, usually only seen what's in the LFSs, basically to see them, and it's always 3 or 4 types, and that's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Wintii, Parva, maybe Lucens or Lutea, and
and there are coffeefolia, something like that too.
That's Anubias.
Anubias is coffeefolia. So Geek Boy says most of what he sent was Wentii. There's a common crypt, but a very nice crypt.
And there's a bunch of different varieties of that too.
They are nice.
Yeah, there are a lot of Wentii.
You gifted this thing.
Oh, yeah, those do look really good.
That's
and the crypts I sent, they'll melt back, but then they'll look good.
And they did a little bit. Some of them, the ones in this tank, hung in a little better than the ones in the 125. But the boy, they just go into town now.
Wentii are very melty crypts. They're among the meltiest of crypts. They just sometimes even if you switch from one tank to another, they'll melt. Or if you just move them around your tank, they'll melt.
Yeah, and that's what happened because they were doing okay, and then I decided to put some in the 125.
Yeah.
And just that caused it to have to start back over, which, you just got to
you have a
remember
Wentii that melting in the same tank, just periodically melting. What would be the reason for that?
If it keeps melting in the same tank,
Yeah.
it never gets happy. I don't know. Maybe your water parameters are swinging too much.
Okay.
I mean, they can take some, obviously, because I inject CO2 every day, so the pH changes every day. But that's what I would guess. So Scuba Stevo asked if a crinum was a crypt, and I have a crinum right here. I'm not sure if you can see.
They're like a bulb plant of some sort. Yeah.
Yeah, this big snaky plant is Crinum calamistratum that's gotten quite big, and it is not a crypt. It's in a different family. It's in the lily family, so Liliaceae. Crinum is in the arum family, the same family as peace lilies, Anubias. Let's see what else. Arum lily. So a lot of different plants. Skunk cabbage is in that family too.
Skunk cabbage.
Skunk cabbage. Do you guys have skunk cabbage down there?
This sounds like a strain of weed. But
Well,
that's what I was thinking.
So skunk cabbage is one of the first things up north to bloom in the spring, and it's really cool. So it has those spathe and spadix flowers. So just like you've seen a peace lily before, a calla lily, it's got that central spike with the spathe is the leafy looking thing wrapped around it. Anyways, that central spike, what it will do is it has this sort of short circuit metabolic pathway that it heats up and it metabolizes a whole ton of starch. And so it's just burning starch. And so it gets so hot, it will even melt the snow around it. And what it does is it heats up these aromatic amine compounds, which are stinky, and they smell like rotting flesh. And what that does is it attracts flies to pollinate them because they smell like rotting meat. So it's a stinky, that's why it's called skunk cabbage. It's stinky, but it also gets really hot and it melts all the snow. So they're kind of easy to spot in the woods. They're pretty cool.
Wow.
Maybe you don't have them up there because it's not cold, or down there because it's not cold.
Maybe.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't even get a chance to get good and seasoned over winter time.
Probably not, but they're all over in the North American temperate woodlands. So,
Well,
yeah.
Y'all know that I started with these plants. Oh gosh, I still had 2 10-gallon tanks, and it's like, oh, look at these pretty plants in these little baskets, and I'd put them in the tank. In the basket,
No.
I didn't know if you were supposed to bury all of them. I buried probably nubias and everything. Put everything in the ground, just like you would out in the garden,
Me too. I mean, we all start somewhere, and I started from a complete idiot, like didn't know nothing about nothing, and I just you just bury these in the ground like a plant, right?
Yeah, and look how far you've come. I mean, gosh,
I had 22 degrees of KH, so it was like
20, and that's what I had in Iowa. 22 KH. Boy, they.
Well, I didn't go beyond 22. I just stopped.
Well, the test only goes up to 22.
Yeah.
So who knows?
So I don't really know what it was. But I started with that. You buy plants, they die. You buy plants, they die. And it was pretty for a time. And every once in a while, Amazon sword would make it. Every once in a while.
Yeah, they're hardy.
So, and then I started YouTubing and you learn about this, that, the other. Well, one night, Mike of All Things Fish, he had a stream about CO2. So I listened to it and said, oh my gosh, I might could have plants if I had CO2. So I got interested in CO2, and then I didn't know what to do with it. Well, fortunately, Stephen would be on late night stream at the same time I was, and so I would ask questions and he would help me and got me going on how to adjust, how to refill the little thing with your distilled water. Got me going with all that. So now I've moved up CO2. Then I said, I'm going to get an RO system eventually. It took me about a year or so. So I got the RO system, so now I don't have the 22-degree KH.
You've got fishing
You
on
have
water
ascended
now.
beyond me because I am not ready for RO yet. I
I
don't.
know,
I'm
I'm
telling
not
you,
either, and that's why
it's
you're
the best thing that you can do if you have hard water. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it's
yeah.
better than doing the CO2 to me. It just makes it
Well, it's
so much
true.
easier.
Look
So
at
much
what
easier.
Fishimon grows without CO2 because he has
Yes,
very low KH water and he has an amazing tank. I mean,
yes,
my God, he's growing area of Colin without CO2. I mean, it's not super thick and lush, but it is growing.
yeah, and
Yeah, and I
it's
can't grow area of
amazing.
Collins, period, end of story, even with CO2. So,
So,
yeah.
and of course, with the Carradina shrimp, I need it, but
Hmm.
it has been a huge benefit for the plants. So I have turned basically from fish to lots of plants with fish floating amongst them, swimming in them.
I love it.
Every
So,
tank is full of plants.
I love it. So, Didi, are you still doing sumps?
I moved the tank with the sump outside because I used that spot for the new 60 and the 33. So
Okay.
I had
That's
to
in front
take
of your she shed, right?
Hmm.
the sump is outside under my deck.
Okay.
I've got a
You have
covered
an
deck. It's outside with the
you have an
sump running and all.
outdoor tank. I mean, Didi also has little ponds. I
Yes.
mean, you're a wild
So
woman, Didi. You do it
yeah, I'm
all.
trying to be. It's like
You
every time
are.
I love to learn, and
Love it.
this is like having a classroom all the time. Somebody's going to teach you something somewhere. Sometimes it's not the stuff you need to learn, but you're going to learn something just about all day long. And I'm a sponge for this stuff.
I love it.
So
Yeah.
I love going to school. So
You
Oh, I
this
get
love
learned
is
and then you get inspired.
this is kind of like having a science lab, you
Oh,
know.
it's awesome.
So
And you're
you
all
know,
ready. You're ready for Halloween. Jake loves your tank decor, by the way, because he loves holiday
oh
decorations.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so cool when I put this big skull in. The crib went up in the back and had his little face with the eyeball in the socket. And it's
Oh,
like, if I could get my camera out, he already took off and then he went back in and did it again to tease me, and then shot through the eyeball, came out.
Oh,
So
that's great.
I haven't seen him back in there since. That would have been a cool short, but
hmm
I missed it.
It's a good breeding skull.
That's pretty great. So, how do you how tell me how RO works because that's a thing Stephen and I have never done, but we think about it. We think about it all the time. How does that setup work?
Well, I finally got it moved into the house, and I went ahead and bought one of those water saver ones, and I think it can give me 150 gallons a day. I don't need that much, but when I do my water changes, I try to get them all done in 2 days. But the wastewater is going outside, and I put it in a drum, and then I run it to some trees and stuff that I have in the yard.
Nice.
And I have drums inside to catch the good water. And I also have a top off system that pumps my water from the jugs straight to my tanks. I don't have to drag the pythons out anymore.
Oh, that's nice. That's
Now,
nice.
I still do on the 125 and the 90 because it would take forever to fill it up with quarter-inch tubing.
Yeah.
hmm
So when I do a heavy water change, I fill them all up. I bring the python in and pump it straight from the jug to that. But other than that, it just goes around. And the other day, watching Wet Your Pants, I was filling up 5 tanks on the floor and 2 or 3 shrimp tanks on top
Oh my gosh.
with my little acclimator drips. Because I normally do those by hand because it goes so fast because they're so small.
Yeah.
And if you turn your eye, you will get water leak, even though it's a drop or two at a time. You will get water on the
Yeah.
floor.
I don't even use a python on a little tank. I just use it.
But
I use a
it's
Python even on my 5 gallon.
Really?
fast.
Oh,
Real fast as hell. You just put
Because
it
it's
in there and then
faster.
it's good.
I mean,
Yeah,
my,
it's like,
my tank is right
Thank
by
you,
the.
Austin, for the super
Oh,
sticker.
yes,
Oh,
thank you.
thanks, Austin.
My tank is right by the bathroom, so it's
there's
easy.
my CO2
There's the
system there.
RO. All right,
And
really close by. That's convenient. And
yeah.
is that in a
That was a
bathroom?
hard battle because it's been outside and I've been having to pump it inside on the
Oh
day
gosh.
of
Yeah.
letting it warm up, put a heater in it, then pump it in during the winter time. But now it's right inside. And now I think I have won the battle on getting the drain put in the floor.
Oh my
So I
gosh.
don't have to pump the water out and up through a window and all that. I
And
can
it's
let it
not.
drain out.
And you
Pardon?
don't live in a water conservation area. I mean, Stephen and I
Oh, no.
either.
We have
It
plenty
rains
of water around here.
plenty here, so it's not like. I mean, if you lived in California or something, you would not want to waste that water.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I do direct it where I can benefit from the. Our yard looks the best it's ever looked
I'm sure.
because I moved the drain across the yard, so it gets nice and green because they like the fish
Wow.
food. So and he don't seem to mind it because he's seen a difference in the
Wow.
grass because he loves the grass. So
Okay. Happy,
so,
a happy
yeah.
couple then. That's nice.
so when
So
I
is
showed
that
him the drain the other day, I said it would be so much easier with the drain and blah blah blah. And he's like, that wouldn't be that hard to put that in the floor. So
oh, what a man. That's great.
yeah.
That's fantastic.
So,
Is that a bathroom, Didi?
no, it's
Okay.
this was a garage at one time, and way before me, they closed it in and made a den out of it. They raised the
Oh.
floor up, so it's about level with the original house. So I'm on joist. So I don't really know what's underneath me to support all this.
That's
And
nice.
that's all
So far, so good, though.
Fingers crossed, knock on wood.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you stay
If not,
warm?
I would get like a 150 and put it right here in the middle where the chairs are. It would go right there.
Oh,
I don't know if it can hold it there, so.
Oh gosh.
But
Does it stay warm enough there, or do you have to heat it?
it's heated, and I've just got this bad boy, so I won't have to put heaters in the tanks.
Okay. Oh, that's
Well-
more efficient.
This tank right beside me is 82 right now,
Whew.
and I'm
That's not-
about to die because even though I'm telling it 65, by the time all the lights and everything kicks on in here, it's 80.
Oof.
Yeah.
80. I don't know about the roast. I don't
It is.
perspire, so it's very hot on the inside.
Oh, God.
I could combust.
So what do you do in the summer to keep it cool?
Well, now I'm hooked up to the AC as well.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
that part's okay. But
Yeah.
since I got this little heater installed, last week or so, I have sealed off the vents in here because I have a big old return. And we run the heater like it's 66 in the regular house at night to keep it
Yeah.
cool. And what it would do would just make this little one work all night trying to keep, the thing, because it would pull the warm air out and it would just keep working. So I've sealed them off, so it's trying to be in a self-contained room. And it's a heater and AC, so
Oh, nice. That's
Yeah.
convenient.
I just have to keep my door closed. And that's been a battle trying to remember to close the door, close the door, close the door. But, after about a week, it's getting easier.
Nice.
So it's become its own little place.
I love it.
And,
I love it.
Like when I went to look at the 60 and all, and I figured, it's like I gotta have help getting it in. And I said, look at this tank. He said, oh, that's really nice. And he was all on board about helping us. I was like, who are you? I guess he's figured out he can't win this battle.
Yeah, unstoppable. The momentum is too great now.
Yeah. That's true.
And he has his projects and I have mine.
Right. Yeah. That's how Jake and I are. I mean, he has his Jake hobbies and I have my hobbies, and they don't have to be the same.
Yeah.
He does have to help me lift everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to use his help sometimes. I try not to, but
Yeah, you're much more independent than I am. I mean, you clean all your own filters, and I don't do any of that.
Really?
You don't clean your filters either?
No, I don't.
And you miss all the filter gravy? getting
Well,
splashed on?
no, I mean he unscrews it and he lifts it and carries it outside for me, and then I do all the folding it down and
Oh,
cleaning it out and putting it back together, and then he cooks it back up for me.
But you have to have filter gravy splashed on your face.
Oh God, of
Yeah.
course.
yeah, a
This
little
has
bit
to
in your
happen.
mouth too.
If you
Yeah.
don't even take a shower afterwards, what did you even do?
What, and wash away all that goodness?
Well, that's true. I know. Like,
Yeah.
it's like
After a day of cleaning the FX6 and the other canister, you gotta have a shower.
oh God, no kidding.
Got
But
to.
to take it over to like a patch of garden to clean it that you really want to do well. Like
Yeah.
it's good free fertilizer.
That's
So
what I do. I throw all this stuff. Um,
Yeah.
like you have to worry about planaria with shrimp. And so
yeah.
I take a turkey baster thing and I go in there and I if I see one, I try to catch it up where you're catching all
Oh
that
yeah.
stuff from the bottom of the
Fish.
So I keep it all in a couple of like Coke bottles, and then I go out there and I pour them in the garden.
Yeah,
Or in
yeah.
a flower pot or what. It gets recycled.
Nice.
Oh man, that's good stuff because that's straight from the bottom.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. I put it in my house plants and on my potted plants outside. So yeah, it's good stuff. So what tank inhabitants are you excited about now? Because you have so many tanks. Like, but what critters are you into?
Well, I still have basically the same fish. The new additions have been the nano fish. But everything else I've had for a while other than the shrimp. But I did put all of my nano fish in a 33 long, and it's kind of cool watching them all.
Yeah.
Even though they're different kinds,
Yeah.
they still all do this back and forth, except for right now because I'm looking at them. But,
So which fish do you have in there?
I have pygmy cories. I have the green cabotai.
Yeah.
Oh, right. The ones Foxy bred. Those are nice.
And I also have a batch of them in this tank by themselves.
They're pretty.
But I do have some babies that came off of my very first ones.
Oh.
That I didn't know what they're going to be, but I saw a baby, so I scooped everybody in the baby tank.
Oh, wow.
I have emerald rasboras. I have the exclamation point rasboras.
Oh, those are nice too.
Little ember tetras. And it seems like I'm missing somebody. Oh, CPDs.
Oh, yeah, those are nice
And,
too. I love all the little rasboras. I love tiny rasboras.
yeah, and they're just cute together, you know?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
that's my newest. I'm doing more of I got two scapes going on in the tank because it's a 33 long, and it's kind of hidden behind the CO2. You can't really like look at full face. So I've made two complete scapes.
Oh, wow.
One is inspired by your rock scape from the aquascape.
Oh,
It's all dragonstone and plants.
nice.
And on the other side, it's like the river pebbles and all
Nice.
the plants. And of course, the Betta lives in there. He has his castle in there.
Of course, he has to have a castle.
Yep.
I mean, he's
Absolutely. He was in this tank, but he had to drop so deep to go to the bottom. He is so happy in there. His little fins just go on that little.
Oh,
He loves it so.
he has space.
And he has tank mates this way,
Mhm.
besides shrimp. But that's kind of new, and I'm in the midst of doing another Ed Crafty type thing. I want to make. I've chosen two paths. One is the hilly, rocky, craggy, you know. The other's the smooth with the castle. Which path are you going to choose? You know, you like it rough or you like it smooth?
A tank that tells a story.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ed Creations, Daniel Velez has a question. Is the skull behind you an Ed Creation?
Yes, it is.
Oh, he is such a great artist.
It's my first Ed creation.
Oh, how even more special. I love that.
Yes.
So great. And you've got a bunch of new shrimp, right? You have
yes.
Caradinas, because you have
I'm into the Caradinas. I do better with the Caradinas than I do the Neos.
Yeah.
Well, because I have taken the KH out of my water.
Yeah, you have. So what are you Are you remineralizing or are you mixing?
Yes, I'm remineralizing. I was mixing, and then like you forget, and it gets topped off. Now I don't have room to add regular water to it, so I just have to.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, maybe next time.
So for those of you in the chat who are thinking about RO water, for plants you can have 0 kh. They love that. They're happy with it. They can live very happily. The shrimp, Caradina shrimp, also are fine with 0 kh. You have to have some GH, so that's calcium and magnesium hardness. And the easiest, you can either mix your water to get it up to the right GH, or you can use a remineralizer, which is calcium or magnesium sulfate. Nylac G sells it. There's salt shrimp. It's sold by a lot of places. It's all the same thing. It's all calcium sulfate and magnesium sulfate. It's cheap. It's easy to do.
And I think it has potassium sulfate in it too.
I have not used this yet because I was afraid to. I've been using Equilibrium to do it, but I've got these salts.
Okay.
That I ordered, and
Does that potassium?
So there's the potassium nitrate.
Yeah.
That's the potassium sulfate.
Mm-hmm.
And monopotassium phosphate.
Hi, Kyle.
Yeah, so those are dry. Yeah, those would be good dry ferts. Yeah, and you can save a lot of money with.
But I didn't know what you do with them, so it's like I'm gonna wait till somebody can tell me what to do.
Maybe we'll do a stream on dry ferts.
Yeah,
so
I don't even
Jenna
do
says, Jenna says Didi should convince Kelly to get shrimp and then get 20 more nanotanks. Good luck with that. I actually don't. I mean, I like shrimp. Okay. I mean, I have some shrimp, but I am not a shrimp person. Yes. Coming in hot.
Hot snail.
Love
Hey,
it.
Annette.
I've missed you, Annette. Hope you're feeling better.
Hope you're feeling better.
Sucks to be sick, especially with those little children who are not pulling their weight.
Kids can be like that.
They're not cooking your dinner. They're not running your errands. They're not going to the grocery store. They're just not. They don't have jobs.
And they're like, Mommy, I want a sandwich. Mommy, I
want children.
When Mommy's sick, she still has to do stuff.
No. So I hope you feel better soon.
But I have hooked up, I think now 8 tanks of CO2.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
So,
yeah. Do you see an end? I mean, or are you just gonna?
Did you say 8?
8.
Yeah. I have 7. This is bullshit.
She's out doing Stevens.
Game, bitch.
I don't agree. So Myrtle doesn't have that many tanks either. So that's
fixing to add another one.
Wow. What do you add?
But the 55 would make a great tall plant grow out tank.
Mm-hmm. It would be a good farm. I do wish I had a farm. It would be great.
Because I get water sprite. I chop water sprite every week.
Oh, that's a weed. I would never get water sprite.
It's a weed. It won't go away. It just won't go away. And so I thought, well, I could just put it in there and grow it up nice and tall, and then get rid of it then with just a nice big plant. So me and my husband was talking. I said, I really would like to get that 55 back in and make it a plant tank. He said, well, why don't you put it in this other room? It's like, oh, I didn't have to creep out of this room. You know what I mean? I can buy a little teeny tiny, CO2 bottle, one of those paintballs y'all were talking about.
Yeah.
Just for that one tank.
Oh my gosh.
So I was thinking,
for a 55?
Yeah.
Just get a 5-pound.
Yeah, you're gonna run out.
Yeah.
The paintball's gonna run out really fast.
Yeah, because paintball is what 20 ounce, 24 ounce.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are good for nanos.
Though Didi really only needs the low and slow barbecue method of CO2, 1 or 2 bubbles.
Yeah.
The second,
really
you don't need much CO2.
The 20-pound bottle lasted well over a year, but I only had 2 tanks on it. The 90 and the 29.
Don't need much.
And but it's very slow. I'm not trying to move them like you're trying to move them. But for some reason, the Balsneri, I cut this much off my Balsneri every single week.
Oh gosh.
It's like, dang on, I just made it a haircut. You
Yeah.
know?
Balanced is pretty fast growing, really, no matter what your hardness is. But Didi, now that you're on RO water, you could start growing some of these species that Stephen and I wish we could. So, like, you can grow things like Ariel Collins. You can grow some of the fancier Rotalas. You can grow this beautiful weed called Ludwigia cuba. Oh, it's so pretty.
Beautiful weed.
It's a beautiful because it grows very fast
Yeah, it's Ludwigia.
when you have the right conditions. But for Stephen and I don't think it would, or Myrtle, I don't think it would grow that well. But now that you have RO water, it's really pretty. It's very pink.
So,
and nice.
Question is, Didi, when are you gonna get yourself a Chihiro's Light?
Well, I've been looking, Stephen.
Have you?
Yes, I have.
They're nice.
Chihiro's Light, RO water, CO2 injection.
Didi, you're so fancy.
We will be extremely jealous.
Bex has one, and she's my little homie sister.
She is.
Wouldn't it look really good over this 15-gallon tall thing? They're just shining down on it. This little square tall.
It looks so good. And it's so bright that with a 15-gallon tall, it'll really penetrate to the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Bex has low pH water, so her life is easy in that respect.
Yes, I think, Myrtle, you have like 3 degree. I think also Bex has the same kind of water. So
yeah, it's really nice.
I know that that Rotal Wallachia that you
Wallachia.
It looks amazing under that Chihiro's Light. And mine, I'll send you a picture. It's just like a little bitty sprout there, just teeny tiny. Like I'm not dead yet.
Well, I'm telling you, Stephen, the RO water will change your life.
Yeah. You have way less algae.
It would be the best investment you will spend.
I need a space to store a big vat of it, though.
I mean, for 200 some bucks, and I got the water saver, so I don't have as much wastewater as the average one. It's just the way to go, and it just makes it easy. It makes everything easy in the fish room.
I mean, do I really need to use my downstairs bathroom? Like, I could have the barrel there, and I could have the water hooked up there.
Yeah.
I mean,
go for it.
I have an upstairs bathroom. Jake can just wait to pee.
Yep, exactly.
Boys like to pee outside anyways. Tell him to go outside and pee hard.
And then how badly do my kids need their own bathroom?
They don't need it.
How bad does Lillian, who will be a teenager in a couple of years,
I know.
need her own bathroom?
But, you could do like I did. You pump it outside and just bucket it up for the day ahead, put a heater in it overnight, and use it for your water changes. It really, or at least cut your water if you can't do the whole water changes.
Right.
Cut it. And,
well, that's true, because here's the thing. If we even did 50% RO water, we would notice a huge difference, because my KH out of the tap is 6.
Mine's
7. And I use aqua soil, and that reduces it some too. But if I did 50% RO water, that would get me into a pretty good place.
You have ideal water where it's buffered okay, so you're not worried about like a massive pH crash if you skip a water change.
Now that I don't know anything about, and I'm living by the hair of my chin because I don't know what I'm doing there.
Right. Well, so are you adding any KH to your water? You aren't, are you?
No. If it don't come through rocks and stuff I'm putting in there, I don't have any.
Some of it does come through rocks. Yeah.
Now, the big tanks, I started off with regular tap water, and I just drained them off. So there's probably a little bit left, but it's time to do some more tap water, because I've been doing just top offs with this RO system for about a month or so. So it's time for me to add some more back in there, which is, yes, I can do. It's just got to think that through, because I do need to add some back. I won't even test it because I don't want to know. But I imagine it's getting pretty low right now.
I mean, if you have any limestone-based rocks in your tank, your KH is going to increase. So, like, I've noticed that in my tanks, the Siriu stone raises the KH a couple points, which I am not happy about. But for you, it's enough to keep you out of trouble if you miss a water change, I'm guessing.
Lord, let me find some wood. I haven't had any problems. So,
Yeah, I think you'll be
so
fine.
far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'll be
Yeah.
fine.
It is time to add some tap water in the bucket and
Yeah.
get some back in.
Yeah. Your
And it
tap
doesn't
water is
take a
super
lot
high.
because
So
it's
Your
22 degrees
your
or
tap water
28.
is so high kH.
you could
Yeah,
add
Got
it
a
by the
gallon of
dropper.
it.
Just like a one drop of tap water. All right, now it's buffered.
I could probably add a
That's
couple of
okay.
pitcherfuls in a
Yeah.
tank and get by with it that way
Yeah.
if it's prime.
Yeah.
And I might do that. I might just fill up my clean tub. I keep a tub that has nothing ever in it but clean water, and just go around and add some to the tanks that way.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
that's what
you
Lady
don't have to carry
Diane
it in.
says. If your tap is decent
Mhm.
kH, just add part tap. And for you, yeah, your K, you have such a high kH.
I was using
So,
1/4 water in the jugs, the
okay.
45 or 55 gallon jugs. But I would just guesstimate where a quarter of it was and just put it in there. And
I don't
I was
even think
doing
you need
fine.
a full quarter. I mean, gosh, your kH is so high.
Yeah.
So high. Daniel
So
Velez says he's used RO since the 80s. First started using it for saltwater setups, have used it for both since. It's the way to go. I mean, that way you have exactly the water you want for your fish. You just have to commit
now,
to it. Yeah.
when those plants were going on auction last 2 nights ago, 3 nights ago, no, last night, no, Saturday night.
Saturday.
I really wanted you to get those plants, Stephen. So,
Oh, which ones?
the ones that Wayne had, the new guy on the auction.
Right.
Yeah.
I
I
was
was like,
So
oh, get them, Steve, get them.
plant package number 2, that was won by Daniel Velez.
okay.
He is giving them to me.
Oh, how
Oh,
generous of
I
Oh, how
you.
Yeah,
nice.
it's freaking awesome. Like I did not
Oh,
expect that at all.
so
Took me
nice.
by surprise. Now, I mean, there are some in there that I'm gonna need to pay close attention to. Some I'm probably just gonna put in the bowl since I have distilled water in there, and so there's no
Yeah.
question of whether they're gonna thrive or not.
You might
But
just have to send those to Didi to farm out because, she's got the water
I was
for
The
it.
tempted
magic
to
water.
She's got the
say,
water
mhm.
and she's
I'm
got the
tempted, but
space.
I don't have the confidence yet.
But here's the thing. Some of those plants, Didi, are easy weeds, like those rare lead. Well, they're not rare. They're very common now. Those Ludwigias. They just need very low kH water, which we don't have, but they're just as easy as any other stem if you have the right water. And they're very pretty. They're very pretty. So, I mean, maybe we can help Didi come up with some new plants she can try. You
Well,
know?
if I thought I could have done them, I would have bid it. I'd have been fighting tooth and nail too, but I just
I
didn't
think,
know if I could. But
yeah,
it's
you
like,
can, Didi.
Stephen,
I
get them. I'll
mean,
go half. I'll go half. Whatever.
Yeah,
oh,
there was a couple of people that were wanting to go half, and then during the auction, I was at Brooklyn's house already, and so we were bidding based on her paying for half of them too.
oh,
But then
Wow.
we saw Alex bidding, and we're like, ugh,
now that's
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that was
that's
so
a
nice
hard
of
thing
Daniel, though.
yeah,
when
really.
you know that some of your friends are bidding. It's like, oh, you want them to, but you don't want to.
I know.
You only kill them sometimes. Don't kill them every time. You got to pick your battles.
Yeah, when I see certain people bid on something, I stop. Like, okay, they can have.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that would have been cool to have gotten some plants that we don't have. But speaking of plants we don't have, when Paul Sotero carried me to that Aquarium Society fish auction, they had lots and lots of plants.
Oh, that's exciting.
I had never seen a lot of these crypts. And one of them was a cryptocorn aphanis.
Ooh, that's a nice
hmm
one. I have the Affinis Metallic Red. That's a nice
do
one.
you?
I didn't send any of that to you this time because it's not, I just split it up, but it is very nice. It does not get very tall. It gets, 6 inches or under. It's kind of a nice smallish crypt.
Well, I got 4 of those, 4 bags of them. Of course, each bag you could divvy up. One of them broke down into like 15 plants.
Oh my gosh.
Of some of these plants. I don't remember which ones. I was so excited by the time I came home. I don't know. And then I got some Cordata varsiensis.
Ooh, that's a nice
Ooh.
one.
And some
Earthy
Pichetti.
leaves. What?
Pichetti.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That one.
That grows nice and
I-
tall. It's like a Wendy eye.
I used to see that one a lot on the forums. I don't see it much anymore.
And I got 1 petrol pink. Somebody else outbidded me on the other one. And I got a DeWitty.
Oh, what?
DeWitty.
DeWitt-eye.
DeWitty. Okay.
I don't know that one.
And then I got 3 of these lotus nympho lotus greens.
Ooh, other
I got
lotus.
Ooh.
How
I
pretty.
didn't know what I'm supposed to do with them, so I just put them in the tank.
Those will get nice and big probably.
What do they stay inside or are they outside
I
plants?
think they're inside. They're probably not
Inside
actually
lotuses,
lotuses. They're probably technically water lilies, which is what tiger lotus is not a real lotus. It's a water lily. It's in the
Okay.
Nepenthes.
And I got some star grass and I got some rotella. It's MEIEU. And
So Alishon says that KGE Aquatics has Beckett-eye.
Nice. I think you can probably get it on Boost Plant too. That's where I got most
Yeah.
of my viticulture crypts.
Oh, I thought you said Petchety-eye. That's a different crypt, and I have not seen.
I got a petrol pink.
Oh.
I got one of those.
I don't know that one.
It's PETCHIL, pink.
I don't
But-
know
Haven't heard that
one.
I like the one with the
Roman
crinkly,
crypts, the little
jaggedy
vines.
leaves.
Nice. Well, when it
So-
starts growing up, you gotta show us pictures so we
I
can
will.
see it.
But let me ask you this: a lot of they came in bags just like you had, but they were like fish bags, and a little bit of water, but they were in. It looked like potting soil with the white little balls of peat
Oh
moss. and
gosh,
stuff in it.
yeah.
Mm.
So are they growing them just like under the ground as far as the roots and out, and then snatching them out, or eventually just put water?
Sounds like it, yeah.
Some people do that, but I would highly advise you rinse all of those little white balls out of it because they'll just float
Yep.
up and annoy
Oh,
you.
yeah, I got most of them, but you see a few
Yeah.
that still
Yeah.
hiding. You think you got them all.
So real
But,
quick, I would like
real
to. Oinky had a question about best plant to attempt with fancy goldfish and cichlids.
Crinum calamastratum is a good one. That's a very sturdy, tough plant. I think you could also try Anubias. I think you could also try Java ferns. Anubias and Java ferns are cheap and they're tough. Try only a couple plants. I know that goldfish have very different personalities. Some of them will leave your plants alone. Some of them will decide that they're delicious. It just really depends on the personality of the fish. So I would try a couple Java ferns and a couple of Anubias to start.
Yep. And if you haven't added the goldfish or cichlids yet, try settling in some Cryptocorin spiralis that has nice and thick leaves and extensive root system, so they won't be able to pull it out on the leaves.
Yeah,
That's true, because once they get a hold, they're down in there.
It's true. I mean, because they also like to just pull things for fun. They're very clever fish, goldfish. And it just really, the personality of each fish is different. So Zenny says, my goldfish consistently pulled up my crinums. Yeah, I mean, it just depends on the fish. They're very personality different. Foxanne says we keep Anubias and Vals with our Africans and Black Moors. Well, there you go. Anubias are very tough and Vals are very prolific.
Yeah.
Now for the,
So even if they
those
chunk.
I build up little rock piles around the bases, and that way they can't get to the plants and pull them out till they get good root systems.
Yeah. You can also try those like co-op easy planters, so they don't pull them up as much maybe. But I would try a combination of super prolific and tough. So
What
like
about swords?
you could try
Do you have any
like
swords?
You could try an octopus,
Mhm.
Pogus emencellatus octopus, because it's so prolific that it might
Yeah,
outgrow
I
it.
can't outwin it.
It
Can't win.
probably
Yeah,
wouldn't
you
stay
might just
rooted.
outgrow them. It's like Hygrophila polysperma sunset, which is illegal most places. You have to get it from a hobbyist. It can grow so fast that it might be able to just outgrow them. That's a pretty plant, but oh man, it just grows too fast.
Yep.
Even without CO2, it's just too fast.
It's
I
illegal.
did.
Where is it illegal?
Like everywhere, it's illegal.
Almost every state.
Or
Pretty much.
yeah. That's why
It's
you
on the
can
plant
only go
form
from
for
hobbyists.
members. Shh.
Only
Well,
if you're selling it. You can
yeah.
technically keep it in some states. You just can't sell it. That's what it
Okay.
is.
Bunny
Depending
said
on where you
someone
are.
stumped the plant queen. What was I stumped by?
Oh, that new crypt species that Didi was saying. Crypt.
Oh yeah, this one. It's a new
something.
one.
Mhm.
Yeah, but there's new crypts all the time.
Yeah, I know. My
Yeah.
cryptscape is basically the same as how I have my booths. I don't care what they're called.
Yeah, and
Small
the
ones
thing
in the
is,
back,
with
short ones in the front.
a lot of them you can only get from hobbyists, and they'll fall out of style. So
Yeah.
then you
Mhm.
can't find them anymore. So it's
Well, it seems to be that way too. I didn't realize
Yeah.
it. It's like, you don't see such and such anymore. Nobody's
Yeah.
talking about it. But Stephen, you know that vow that I coveted so much from you?
Yeah,
All that vow in there is from those couple of plants that you sent me.
that's
No,
what
it's
it does.
prolific.
And
It's
then it
so
gets like
Yeah.
20 feet tall.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
why I think vows are beautiful, but I won't
Mhm.
grow them because it's just too much. They send too many runners out. It's just
Well,
You
and that
hard to
tank is
control.
primarily a vow tank.
Oh my gosh! Yes, giveaway.
Oh yeah, we forgot.
So for a
Hashtag
jar,
jar.
let's do hashtag jar.
Yeah.
That's easy. So enter if you want to win. Don't enter if you don't want to build a terrarium. Can't win outside of the United States. You can play for someone else though.
It's a
Sorry.
2-gallon jar, Eduardo, so you can do the terrarium project that we're going to
It's a
do.
$14 jar from Walmart. This is not a huge prize. We're gonna hurry up and do this.
Well, Austin starts at 10 after, so we have.
Oh gosh!
I realized it snuck up on us.
I didn't realize he made a change on his phone.
Didi. So
Oh, I
Didi,
did start me a plant pond on the deck, but I did it towards the end of the season. So you know how you clip off water sprite and stuff. I
yeah.
would just throw it in there and just let it float, and I figured the sun will help, help it do its thing.
You
But
can't really
next
feel
year-
water, right?
Next year, I'm going to do from the start. I'm gonna buy another tub just for a plant farm.
Fun. That's fun.
Nice.
Oh,
Some of those
Kelly,
plants
the
have
plant
pretty
you
flowers.
sent me, the palm plant you sent me. What
Oh,
do
yeah,
I
I
need to do
noticed.
with that for winter?
Okay, so I just make sure that it's covered underwater. Are you leaving that pond set up?
It is, but
If you leave the pond set up, you can just leave it right where it is. Make sure that it the crown is submerged, but don't sink it like all the way to the bottom of the pond or anything. And just leave it, and it'll be fine. It'll come back, and then divide it in the spring. So
okay, because I had it in a 40-gallon barrel. A tub I had bought. But
right,
I
you
think the
couldn't
water
just
was so hot that it couldn't.
yeah, it might have gotten too hot.
I
Yeah.
moved it into 100 for the next year.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, you can just leave it. You can just leave it. You
But-
can, yeah, it'll be
So I need
fine.
to bring it up some so it's not all the way down to in the bottom of that 100-gallon.
Just maybe lower the water level a little bit. I mean,
Okay,
If
it's only
it's-
like halfway right now, anyway.
oh, just leave it. Just leave it. It'll come back. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah.
That Clash money will get very, very moist,
Yep.
Eduardo.
It'll
he can put
probably
it in
disintegrate by the time.
Well, he can fill a bag with his food saver sealer and hide it so if burglars come in, they won't ever find his money in the terrarium. Because now they know to go look in the freezer for your jury.
Yep.
Money.
Yeah.
But now we all know where Eduardo keeps his Clash money.
Yeah.
under his terrariums.
And
Yep.
leave it on the lanai if you would, Eduardo, so we don't have to break in.
The lanai. No one in the state of Indiana has a lanai.
I know. I wish we had weather where we could put tanks outside.
It's cold up
Out on the breezy, chilly lanai.
Oh man, winter is coming. Winter is
Not
coming.
for us. It's still 85 degrees.
I
5:01.
know, not
We're
for
an
you, but for
hour
me.
and a half from sunset, and it's 85 degrees.
Yeah, but tomorrow, when it decides, it might be 32. Next day, 85 the next day. The trees don't know what to do.
Yeah, our trees are all red, and they're starting. A lot of them have fallen. The leaves. They're pretty, but
can a cat fit in this jar? Yes, a cat definitely can
probably.
fit in a 2-gallon jar.
That's true. It's a 2-gallon. It's a 2-gallon jar, and you could fit a cat in there. I mean, we'll just stuff Fat Kitty right in.
When I got my box, I said, I got a box from Fat Kitty. My husband's like, what?
You have to build a terrarium.
She put it in Fat Kitty as the return address.
That's right. Fat Kitty loves to send presents.
Well, he's a star.
He's a star. I'm just some person. Fat Kitty's the star. Oh no, where do we even
I want to thank all of y'all because everybody in the fish fam has had some sort of impact, one way or another, on something of the things I have before.
That's right.
And planted seeds, that is shared. They're not like Ryan. He used to be on it nice and show his plants, and I thank everybody.
Oh.
Y'all don't know. Y'all don't have a clue what you mean to me.
Well, thank you, Didi. I mean, thank you for supporting all of us. You support all of us too. Didi. And we're so glad you came on because we learned so much about the Fin Den. And what I learned is that I'm moving in this winter.
Oh, good. Mm-hmm. I love that.
I'm coming down. And I can do water changes.
I forgot to share my wall of art.
All right, Matt, I'm going to put your home address in chat. That way.
Yeah, put Matt's address in chat, and I'll send him some things. He may not want the things I send, but
or people could just stop by and visit him too.
I have a dirty cat box. I could send him the contents of.
If I ever get nobody, I'll pull up on his doorstep. But this is my wall of Beck's art mostly.
Oh, that's so nice.
Art. And one piece just gave me from that killer Kimberly lady. So that was very exciting to get up, and thank you whoever gave it to me.
Oh, that's a good present. I have my Beck's.
That was a very good present.
Picture that I got from Matt, and I have not decided where I'll hang it yet. I'm not sure. I also bought some art from Sam Scales, so I have a lot of art I have to frame and figure out where to put. I'm terrible about decorating my home. Just not great at it. I'm good at decorating outdoor spaces, but
we finally got our art up. I was waiting to get home from the Clash with the final. I was missing one final piece of Beck's art for my collection, which was the original Hillstream Loach. Now we got it all hung up.
Well, I wonder if Eric's art is still on the couch.
I don't know. He needs to hang
probably is.
No,
but if he hangs it, it's further away, so we can't see it anymore. If he keeps it on the couch, we can see it during the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for people who are here late, the jar that you're entering for, you have to be in the United States, and you have to set up a terrarium if you get one. It's a $14 jar. Don't enter if you don't want to make a terrarium. It's a $14 jar.
Yeah, this is just making it convenient for you to start. Like, I don't have a jar. Well, you just want a jar. You have a jar. It's time to build a terrarium.
Right. But if you want this jar, they have them at Walmart, $14. It's 2 gallons. If you live outside the United States, any jar will do. Find a big one.
So how does the winner contact you?
Maybe they can contact you, and you can contact.
Oh, okay. I might even have their address already, depending on who wins.
Yeah, that's true. And I'll
probably do.
And I'll just order it off Walmart and send it right to you. And mine came the very next day. So, I mean,
yeah.
Pretty quick.
So on this terrarium, do we need to have our soils ready to go, or?
Well, we
gotta watch the demonstration and then we go get our supplies.
I don't have a freaking clue, Didi.
Well, we're gonna
I don't know
learn
what we're
about
going to use.
we're gonna learn about what substrates to use in 2 weeks because
Okay.
we're gonna have to mix some things. So we'll learn about materials, learn about what plants use. We all have a lot of learning to do because I've never built one of
Yep.
these. And
Me
yeah,
either.
but we have our expert
Yeah.
guides who are gonna help us in 2 weeks. So yeah. And then maybe like in the month of November, everybody can build their terrarium or something like that. We're in time for Christmas. Like that's my goal
Mhm.
is to build a bunch of them to give to my family.
I can see Brooklyn's now. It will have all kinds of
It will be
ribbons and
beautiful. Yeah, it will be
all this fancy
beautiful.
stuff.
It will be hers will be beautiful, but then she'll tear it down and she'll redo it, and then she'll tear it
Yep.
down and she'll redo it,
Because she
tear it
won't
down
like it.
again. It'll be
Well,
beautiful, and she'll rip it right out.
I hope she's happy now because I got Brooklyitis on this tank. I redid it like 4 times or so, and finally Jay, the nano aquarium guy, helped me.
Oh, he's
That's
very.
right.
I'm excited to see his terrarium, Jay. I hope you do one
Yeah.
because you're such a
Mhm.
good artist. This will be a good project for you. I hope everybody does it.
All right. I'm
Oh,
not seeing any new
$14
entries. We got
jar.
29.
Yeah, let's do this. Who am
All right.
I sending a $14 jar to?
Oh, and Susie, Alshon says Susie Q has quite a few terrariums.
Nice.
Oh, that's exciting.
Well,
Oh, nice.
with her reptiles, I'm sure she is
She's
pretty good at
probably
it.
an expert. We have so many talented people in the fish fam.
The most boring tank on earth. The one you sent me earlier. Hang on. Well, look.
The most boring tank on earth.
Boring. Oh, because, yeah, he cut all the lilies back. Is this your CO2 ejected tank? Surely not.
They'll
But,
regrow.
okay. Well, it's got a giant ass
As
pleco.
a giant ass pleco. That's
It's got
the
a
new
pleco on the
CO2 tank. You know what? Those plants will grow big in no time, you know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now that you have CO2 on there, those swords will get huge. Those valves
Yep.
will be everywhere and you'll be sick of
Yeah.
them. You won't be able to see anything. But that'll make you happy.
But you'll have lots of grain in the tank, and you'll feel
Sure
good.
will.
for it.
Your fish will be spawning. You'll probably like it. Matt, it does need plants.
Yeah.
Now that
Just
you
a
have
few
the
more.
CO2, they'll just grow though. One valve will turn into 500 valves.
Yep. See, that's the thing. I
Right.
spent so much money on plants, and I wasn't getting any to stay.
I know. Now that you have CO2.
Yeah.
So Ryan says weak. I've seen way less boring tanks.
Way more boring
Yeah.
tank?
I think you mean way more boring. So have I.
Grass farm.
Hmm.
Looks like a George
There's
Farmer.
not even any algae in there. What the heck?
The pleco is eating the algae from the outside.
That's
The
true.
plecos do that. They're magic.
All right. Let's draw
Let's
this.
do this.
29 entries and
Drumroll.
whoa, Michael, just right at the perfect time. 30 entries now and go.
Who's gonna win this bottle?
I entered. That's funny. Be shenanigans if I win. Oinky!
Yay! Can't wait to see
Yay.
your aquarium, Oinky. Yay!
And I've got her address if she still lives at that address.
Cool. Well, I'll order it tonight. Might even come tomorrow. Depends on how fast Walmart will order it. Or we'll deliver it.
Depends on how
Hey.
fast the delivery people are. Like
That's
Matt,
true. Yeah, mine all came so fast. Not even 24 hours.
Matt says, do another one.
You paying for this one, Matt?
So fishfam.link will give one away.
Oh, thank you, Matt. Terrariums for all.
Okay.
Hey, everybody wins a terrarium.
Yay. I mean, I'm assuming Oinky can't win twice, but otherwise.
Well, I think I can just do I can do draw again. So,
yeah.
alrighty. Draw again and go. Uh-oh, I think Myrtle lost connection again.
Oh, no.
Ryan!
Yeah. Yay.
Can't wait to see your terrarium, Ryan. Yay. Cool.
So it'll be fabulous.
So
And-
Matt will order that one.
Yeah, I
I'll
don't think I've
send-
got Ryan's address
I'll
actually.
send you the link to it though, Matt, so you know what to order. And maybe in the replay or in the comments below this stream, we'll put the link to that jar. Can you do that, Stephen, or does that count as like an affiliate thing?
I can. Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Or someone can. I don't. Let me see real quick because we're about to be over.
Oh, we gotta go. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll post the link next week too. And we'll put it on the Discord. We'll just put it everywhere. Well, thank you, Didi. We're so glad you
Thank you,
joined
Didi.
us. We love hearing about the Fin Den. You inspire us, and you inspire me. I can't.
Aw.
Someday I'm just moving in. I'll do water changes and cook. So thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
I enjoyed it, and just thank y'all.
Right. Thank you, everybody. Mods, lurkers,
Yeah.
chatters, and replay crew. If we didn't get to a question, or you got a question later, leave a comment. We'll respond.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.